Sometimes you never know if it's thunder, if it's construction, if it's God, whatever it be. It can be all three. Anyway, in the office today, everything's office to me, but in the office today, and we're going to talk about stealing people's identities, especially stealing mine, and trying to cross the lines, acting like you're me, but I'm not me. You know what? And that's where you're fucked up from the very beginning. And they fuck up all the time, because you have people who get away with the fraud. They get away with it. They've gotten away with it for years, for decades even. But you know what I always say? There I go tapping again today. I always say that the reason that God sent you my way, or mommy would never send you my way. Mommy would like, and then look at me like, why are you talking to these motherfuckers? Seriously. Not even in your class. But you know me, I've got to experience everything, but not everything. I don't experience that, no need. But these grifters who literally will, grift on children, grift on the elderly, grift on the military too. You know where your mistake is? That you thought nobody could see you, because you're the ghost, right? You're the ghost. Guess what? I know better ghosts than you. So anyway, when you come to stealing my ID, first off, now some people don't have an ID. They don't have a regular ID. They don't have a driver's license. And unfortunately, your identity is easily stolen. Now, one could say, well, you know what? These are the ones that get these are the identity frauds, but not all of them. For whatever reason, some people don't, you don't have a military ID because you're not in the military, not in the military family. You're not family. You're not tribe. Nothing wrong with that. It just is what it is. Or you've never had a driver's license. There are a lot of people in much, much bigger cities where they don't even know how to drive a car. I learned how to drive a car at 16. So I had a license at 16. And you know what I learned about North Carolina, going to different cities and coming back here and going and coming back and going and coming back. Ironically, I only have 5 digits in my driver's license, which is a rarity. That's what everybody say, like, that's rare. So I'm rare. Even my driver's license is rare. But that's the one thing about North Carolina. I am in the system, okay? So, and one would say, well, you don't want to get in the system. Well, you know what? Technically, that is a good and or a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. Honestly, for me, being in the system, in it but not of it, 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 that just went over your heads. Over your heads and under your feet. And you literally want to trash Mother Earth. And if she took the earth out from under you, trust me, you'd go into a permanent sleep. But hey, fuck around and find out mommy don't care about you, honestly. My mother, first they saying, my daddy. Now you're going to say your mommy too? Your mommy's the one got you acting like a fool. Shit, bitch. You better pull your mommy back. They know exactly who I'm talking to and what I'm talking at. Anyway, though, back to trying to steal someone's identity. So I've had a driver's license since 16. I've had a military license forever from the day I was born. From the day I was born, I had not really, but I had military ties. I was in that system, okay? I was born on a base, Fort Benning, Georgia. Ranger territory, Ranger show right from the start. This girl's got a lot of heart. I love my tribe. We lead the way. Now, listen, let me say this. I know all Rangers aren't wrapped too tight, okay? And I mean, you know what? Everybody's got somebody in their family that, goes astray or whatever it be. And, sometimes just downright diabolical and loony as fuck. So it is what it is. You know, you just let them be, or at least I do. But at the same token, I've got some relatives, and my ancestors were like that too. That those are the ones that if you get into trouble, like the kind where you got people stalking you. They're like, somebody stalking you, little cuz? Somebody stalking you, little blood? Somebody stalking you, baby? Somebody stalking you, niece? Somebody stalking you, daughter? Point them out. We'll handle it. Don't worry about it. What you gonna do? Don't worry about it. But do what it was. Turn around. Go on about your business. And don't worry about it. It's taken care of. You want people like that, you know, with boots on the ground in real life, because in order, you know, you don't bring a knife to a gunfight. So if you're gonna deal with devils and demons, sometimes you got to bring devils and demons to the party. Y'all want to play gangs. I told y'all the whole time. There's no, anyway. The arm says no, but so anyway, I've had I've been on the radar since from the very start of my day, because my birth certificate is registered at Fort Benning. Now, you know, you can go out there and try to, but you know, you're going through, you're not just going through the regular system, you're going through and here's the funny thing about the military, which is funny and not funny. They keep records when they want to, and then, you know, a lot of records disappear. Those who know it's true. But when come time to keep up with stuff, and I learned that from my husband and really from my parents too, you keep up with your records, you know, you're fine. That's why I don't allow anybody to come in and like, I can help you with this, I can help you with that, and help you with all my no. I'm good with that. I'm good. I still have my mind. I still have my mind. That's why as you get older, you need to watch who's doing your paperwork. Are they helping you, or are they helping themselves? I know some people I used to rock with that I didn't know that that's what they would do. And they, in a way that they said it, but yet they wanted to be good or play like they were good and activists and helping people too. But yet your actions are crackish and thuggish and corrupt, and you got that smell on you. I can smell the stench of deception and disease. That's why you don't see me hanging around the people I used to. Trust me, if Val Jones stops hanging around you, it is a reason. But back to the people who love to steal people's identities. Sometimes being in a system is a good thing, at least it is for me, because it makes it doubly, if not triply hard for you to steal my identity. First off, all that humiliation ritual you tried to do, don't say nothing, be quiet. I was supposed to shut down my channel too, and then you have social media shadow banning me and doing whatever it do, but I just kept on coming like real rangers do. That's the thing about military people. We don't stop until the job is done. Bitch, you fuck with me the wrong way and I get that bee in my body, I suggest you run like hell. That's where mommy and daddy went. Hold! She's going after him by herself. Wait. Hear that? That's out on base. That's the planes revving up all over the place. That's a reminder to me. Hail Mary, full of grace. You're good, remember? You're good. We good. You good. We got you. Don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. We know who you are. Don't worry about it. But it's hot in here. But yeah, but these people who are, who've been stealing all their identities, they're crashing out. They are crashing out, going to jail, dying, and a whole bunch of stuff. They didn't think that justice would ever eat them up, because they got a lot of people corrupted in justice too. But bitch, right now we don't care about none of you. Who are we? You will never know until you know. You will never know until you know. Okay, what am I doing? I was gonna pull a room. Why? I don't know. I just felt like pulling a room today. But yeah, so as far as people stealing identity, like everybody's in the oracle, everybody does tarot, everybody does runes, everybody's an empath, everybody like, so the people who got you to pay that, you know, to mimic and mirror me, how's that working for you? Honestly. Like, I don't really give a shit, but, you know, looking at you like, you know, God tell me to deliver this message. Why would God tell you to deliver a message to me? Don't you think it should be the opposite way around? Since I'm the one that actually talk to God in actuality, in reality, but I'm the one that's delulu. I'm not sitting in the room looking nervous. Well, you know, don't be scared. I'm not scared, bitch. Not of you. Those are the, see, I'm hearing over there, but the bass is over there. Oh, it's the surround sound. That's what they wanted me to say. It's the surround sound. I bet they hear that surround sound in Atlanta too. Ooh, that was a car revving up. California too, New York too. Wow. What is this rune that you pulled, Val? Oh my God, it's an X. Talking about an X? Are we talking about X-men, X-women? Oh, Storm is coming out. Or am I wrong? I don't know. It's the Ranger show. Ranger show. X. The X is trust. Is trust. Who do we trust? I trust in us. Who is us? If you got to ask, then it's not you. 71. Page 71, which adds up to an 8. Yep. Infinity. Why would you be talking about infinity when you look and smell like doo-doo? Like, you want to be infinitely shit? Well, I am this shit. Now, you can be like the shit, but, you know, being shit and the shit's two different things. But, you know, whatever. Do you? You'll figure it out one day or not. I don't really care. But yeah, but there are a lot of people who try to steal your identity. They'll try to hack your phone and do a lot of things. But I keep telling people all the time. And in fact, you know, I do play by the Queen Spirit rules. I've always played by the Queen Spirit rules since a child. Why do I know about the Queen Spirit rules? I don't know. It's just something I will always say, that I adhere to the Queen Spirit rules. What are the Queen Spirit rules? If you know so goddamn much, why don't you know? God told you to deliver me a message. Well, then you should know what that is. Everything I say, you should know what it is. If God told you to deliver me a message, unless God told you to deliver me a message of looking at you and having me look at you like, yeah, this is one too. A liar and a faker and someone who wants to copy you or a fan. So, I mean, I guess I should learn to appreciate my fans better. But fans are like, you know, really close to being like fanatics. And, you know, fanatics make me a little, fanatics are a little creepy to me. They're spooky and they're creepy. That's what they say about Pisces. We're spooky, we're creepy, we're witchy, and we're what? What are we? We're not you. Trust. This is a road of restoration. I agree with that. I accept. You got it. Whatever reading is for you, you accept that. I am looking at that. Is that what you want me to show? Yeah, okay. I'll show that in a minute. But this is the rune of restoration. It calls for the rebuilding of belief in yourself and your life. And if you have fallen away in your relationship with the divine, one thing about it, throughout the test of time, all the trials and tribulations I have had, I've been angry. I've been mad, but I have never, ever cussed out. It's like cussing out my mom and my dad. In all lifetimes, I've never done that. I mean, if I even thought about that, my mouth would just lock up. That's why, with all the stuff that I was going through, and in the midst of all that confusion and not knowing who's who, I would keep going back to, and it won't always happen to you. You might not go out there, Carver's Creek, and have a magical experience. That's just me. That wasn't for you. Don't you understand that what's for you is for you, and what's not for you is not for you. So you can't go and do the steps and trace my steps and think the same thing's going to happen to you. That's not how it works. The spiritual journey is personal. It is personal. And it was on the wrap up of some things I was going through, which, was already been clear to me, the stuff. And that's and I did catch some of the angels. I did catch some of my people. You know, I appear to be slow, but that's just me. Like, does she get it? I always get it. Pisces, we have this thing, like we act like we don't get it, but we do. We're just like, you know, we're in between worlds. So I heard you, and I saw you, and I understood you. Sometimes I act like I don't. But like the couple of times when my angels will come through, and it's like, they're not like us. I know. And you made it known then that we got you. And you would tell me to chill and be cool. Just be happy. Just stay out the way. You know, I'm a little hard-headed. But I do get it, okay? I get it. You know, it's the thing that I have to work on, because it's like when you see a little stressed out puppy in the street, and you want to like save, or a stressed out kitten, and you want to save it because you don't want it to get ran over. But you gotta, animals are one thing, but when human beings are supposed to have a better mind, I think you gotta let that be, because you don't know why they're out there. And that's not to say when people are in serious trouble that, you know, learn the difference as a protector, and who are you protecting and why. Some things are worth protecting. Some things are not. That's a message from I to I. But trust, this is a rune of restoration, because right now you need to be like, you know, building up yourself. You're saving everybody else, and you're not saving you. I guarantee you will be the one to die. And at best, they might cry for you. Put on the show. But where were you? Bitch, where are you when I was walking? It's really like that, you know. So cut those off. I did. So that's when when that came through. And I mean, like, I have seen many things in my 69 years, and things, you know, in previous lifetimes, but that for this lifetime was something new. It was like, I've seen clouds form, and I've seen tornadoes, I've seen a whole bunch of stuff. Just like, I've seen a lot of weather related things, but that was a different visual feeling. It was a whole aesthetic. It was a visual, it was a spiritual, it was an emotional, it was everything. And it was like no words, but it was all words. It was no words, but all words. And all the words, and the one thing was just one thing. Cut them off. Get the fuck out of all of that now. Cut them all off. Get the fuck out of all of that now. It was the Sodom and Gomorrah story for me. It was that type of story. It was the Exodus story for me. Like I said, it's the energies. This is not knocking anybody's like sexuality. This is just like, it was the energies. It's all the energies that were assaulting me. And assaulting me. And my mommy and daddy knew what they gave birth to. She's about to dead see all these bitches. she's about to like go in like the first time was when I was like, you know, went into John Gotti Scarface mode, and the tribe circled around me like, cavalry's here, cavalry's here. Woo 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 woo. We got you. See, I was a little conflicted, because I didn't know you got me, like you got me, or you got me, because I'm not trusting anybody. But then, you know, you have to work through it. You do. You have to work through it until you know what you know. Anybody can tell you anything, but if you don't know it for sure, you don't know what faith is. You don't know what faith is. You talk about faith, but you don't know faith. You talk about faith, but you don't know faith. You talk about it, but you don't know about it. You don't walk the walk. And that's what I do. I was born with this legacy. I was born with this name. I was born with the name Faith. Imani, Imuna. It's faith in all languages. Faith is faith is faith. But in order to have faith, you have to experience what having faith means and what you have to go through. And I know what I saw. Am I the only one on this planet who's actually seen God in real life? I don't know, whatever that was. I'm not saying I am, but I don't know what other people, but I know what I see. I know what I saw. I know what I felt. So if anybody on social media said, God told me to deliver a message, if God didn't tell me, then bitch, you a lie. So you do that to your collective that you grift money from. But don't come to me. You know, don't start to cry when your money dries up and you realize, oh, you've been following a lie. You've been following a fool. You were the one, because I was trying to take you to school and you thought you were going to take me to school. Don't you look stupid now. Anyway, this is the rune of trust. The rune of restoration. It calls for the rebuilding of belief in yourself, in your life, and if you have fallen away in your relationship with the divine, I'll never give up my faith in my mom and my dad, because I know there's nothing you can do. Even when my husband was bleeding out on the ground and I was forced to let him go too, I was mad, I was angry, and then the stuff that came my way, I've tried to kill myself several times, okay? And once again, literally have God come through and go, what we doing? Do you know how much we went through to have you? We wanted you. We created you. We shaped you out of love and honor and true faith and loyalty. And what you gonna do? You gonna give that away because these trifling ass motherfuckers, we didn't raise you that way. You're better than all of that. You just don't know. It's life experience. Cry if you want to. Feel how you want to. Then blow that shit out and let it go. You're better than all of this. It's an experience. Believe in you. You are your own magic. You are your own magic when you're connected to what's really true. You are your own magic when you are connected to what's really true. You are your own magic when you're connected to what's really true. That's why there's something that can never steal from you. They may try to steal your identity. They may try to mimic what you look like or what you do, but they can never, ever, 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 ever conquer or copy the true essence in you. They can't snatch that and wear that like a skin and say, this is mine. No. And that's why God set you up. Devil did too. When you came to me. Whoa. Bitch, I'm all in the halls. You thought by tapping in my Cashapp record that you gonna make me fall? First and foremost, that was something that you should have never done. Boundaries are there for a reason, and that's for everyone. You can't steal my identity because I am the one, me. It has been said that faith is not belief without proof, but rather trust without reservation, and that trust, when cared for and respected, encourages the self to blossom. Trust is divine medicine. It really is. It really is. It really is. The breath of heaven is everywhere that trust is. The breath. Okay. That's it for today. Well, okay. Wednesday reading. One more. I got a feeling like our battery's going to run out. So let's see if we got time for one more. Room reading. It's room readings this week. No cards. Okay. All right. This, I've seen this before. Why does this look like compassion or hope? Oh, wait a minute. Oh, where is this? This was the helicopter came through, and I put my picture over here, and this was under. Well, I guess we do have a card. We got this in a card. So, wow, stuff happens the way it's supposed to happen when you're plugged in to the divine. At least it does for me. But you got a message that God told you to tell me. Stop. Oh, this is anger. Anger. Somebody's angry with me. Sad. I'm not angry with you. I guess that shows who's the more grown up of the two. I believe that shut it out and flushed you down the hole. Anger. The challenge for you in drawing the rune of anger is to take anger's powerful energy and treat it as an ally in your healing, a wake-up call for change. This rune announces that the moment has come for you to let go of anger, knowing that in doing so, you must give up the old and be willing to wait patiently for the new to be revealed to you in its proper time. I told you that said let it all go. And when I was going to question, I mean, you know, I don't talk back and cuss out my parents. I mean, some of y'all need to cuss out your parents, but your parents were mine. Let me say this again. Some of y'all might have cussed out your parents, did whatever. You hate your parents. Okay. But your parents aren't mine. But your parents aren't mine. But your parents aren't mine. So don't say my mommy, my daddy, my mommy, my daddy, my mommy, mom. We're not talking the same. We are not the same. You're not me and I'm not you. When you say my mommy, my daddy, that's the copy and the fanatic, the simp and stand in you. But we're clearly aware that what's over me is not, well, I mean, what's over me is over everybody, but we don't have the same relationship. I don't have the same relationship you do with my God. Now you mad. You need to let go of that anger and let go of you being the fraud. Who's the karmic? Who's the fraud? You. This rune announces the moment that has come for you to let go of anger, knowing that in doing so, you must give up the old and be willing to wait patiently for the new to be revealed to you in its proper time. When it said, let everything go, and I was going to I was rocking with a couple of people at the time, and I was like, well, can I bring them on? It's like, no, them two. Them two. Snip, snip, cut, cut, cut. That's why I can never come back to you. God told me not to come back to you. That's why when your person coming back, well, your person's working on some stuff and everything, but when it come down, no, you don't understand. No, bitch, no. No, ho, no. No. You do what you need to get your tribe, to get your collective, to get whoever your followers are. But if you're looking for me to do that, that is not my star. That is not my lead. That is not my nothing. That is not my tribe. I heard directly from the horse's mouth, from the sun's mouth, from the God, from the alien being's mouth, from whatever that is. I heard from the great I am that I am, like I am. Cut them off. Cut them all off. Do you? Welcome to May. It's Mother's May, and May says it's your fundraising day. So fund me. So fund me campaign. Val Jones, Cashapp Me, $ValJonesDaO, $ValJonesDaO, or you can PayPal me at IAMVALJones@gmail.com. All the stuff is below. You'd like to, Cash App and help. I mean, a lot of this is grifting and lies and stuff like that. But, for those of you who got the money to do it, I love the donations. I love the stuff. I love the people who feed me and show me love in real life. Real love is energy too. So don't think twice about it. I don't have any money, but you got real love and real wishes. Whatever you give to me, I send back to you times 3. And depending on how much I felt it, times 300. So if you're on the good side of things, well, you get that back times 300. If you're on the bad side, that's good wishes, good energy, whatever it be. 300 hours or 300 seconds or 300 days of good. Well, I can't say 300 days. That's too much. But 300 hours of, just pure good, good energy. That's a lot when you think about it. If you're in hell, 300 hours of good energy. It's like, wow, you can't buy that. That's also, see, energy for energy. That's what I do. Showing you how energy works in reality. But for those of you who are angry at me because I done peeped the bullshit and the pussy in you, well, you know what? That's a problem you need to take up with my daddy and my mommy, but not with me. I'm not in it. There is a blessing for you in receiving this rune, a new way of looking at life, a new way of responding to conflict. When you're able to take the new perspective out into the world, surely then you can call anger your teacher and your friend. And if anything, I'm the perfect teacher and therapist for all of you, because I teach you something that you will not learn in most of these schools or in any of these books or in these real therapists too. This is no disrespect to you, but it's like dealing with soldiers. Unless you've been through what soldiers have been through, you still don't have a clue. That's not taught in books. The art of war can be a book, but they go and be out in the fields. That's not taught in books or on a computer screen. Life is something you have to live for real. You can't live a simulation and think you know about life. Which brings me to the hawk. What does the hawk have to say? We're doing an oracle reading today. Honor all life forms and all boundaries as messengers. Trust life messages and signals. Honor all life forms and all humans as messengers. Trust life messengers and signals, of which I love to be out in nature and do what I do. But when I'm telling you the truth, why don't you honor me too? Like, I'm giving you the purest of jewels and therapy, but you hate or disrespect me. And therapy, the legacy. What would Jay do if there was a Jay? No, Jay back in the day. So that name is actually not correct. So be careful when you browbeat people down with your religion. Because Saturn is having a heyday on everybody. I know you don't believe in that either. Jesus take the wheel. Well, you know, what if that meant the astrology wheel? And then you find some of the astrologers who you find out that they're not real either. Yeah, I know. We've all been there. We've all made mistakes. But, you know, as the saying goes, but didn't you live, though? So you got another day to be great. So while you're focusing your anger and hatred or your, you know, whatever they're paying you to try to groom and grift me, God told me to deliver a message. I can look at you in sincerity and say, no, God didn't. Bitch, God didn't tell you shit. And the camera just blacked out. Mommy just blacked out the camera. Like, okay. No. Okay, so that's it. That's all I got to say. It's been a beautiful day. I'm so glad we had this time together. Let's do one more. May 30th. Confirmation. By the way, below, like, subscribe, and tie the vibe. Find out all the information below. Read the description. All the information below. We're at May 30th, April 30th. Nichiren Daishonin says that the prayers of the votary of the Lotus Sutra will never fail to connect with the law of the universe. Thus summoning the protection of the Buddhist gods. As long as you advance in faith, live correctly through sincere behavior, and carry on faith with deep appreciation in accordance with the Buddha's golden words, you will definitely see the protection of the Buddhist gods and will have all of your desires fulfilled. Long story short, as long as you're living in a very real faith, you will find and will see various ways of how faith and the Most High is real. That's it. Now say thank you. And like, subscribe, and tide the vibe. Because, you know, I got bills too. But I don't want to be the only one to make it. But the rest of your story is up to you. Peace.
The universe has gently pulled you away from a table where you once dined, not as a punishment, but as a quiet mercy. For the hands that once served you were lacing every offering with poison. Let that truth settle, and you will see. What felt like loss was simply grace in disguise. You see, life has a way of rearranging itself when we refuse to. We mourn the closed doors. We lament the empty chairs, never stopping to ask, was I meant to stay? The feast you grieve was never meant to nourish you. The hands that once welcomed you were slipping poison into your cup. And so, the universe, in its infinite wisdom, pulled you away. Not as a punishment, but as a rescue. But the mind resists. It clings to what was, unable to see what is becoming. And yet, if you trust the flow of life, if you surrender to its rhythm, you will come to see there was never a loss, only a liberation. So, do not reach back for what was never meant to be yours. The table you once sat at was not a place of abundance, but of illusion. And what awaits you now? A banquet beyond your imagining, but only if you're willing to leave the old meal behind.